δείτε.
Πού, πες μου.
Αυτή εδώ.
Εδώ.
Αυτή είναι κούκλα, ναι.
Ωραία κούκλα.
Κάτι που
πετελούδα.
Αυτή σκίζει.
Αγάπη μου. Ορίστε.
Ελένη.
Εντάξει, μισό. Άντε πρέπει να πεις ένα μισό. Πήγαινε εκεί.
2 minutes, εντάξει. Κάτι ποδάρες.
Πετελούδα.
Σκίζει. Πω. Κούκλα.
You bought everything.
How's your operation, Guy?
Oh, okay. I'll be all right as soon as we get out of here, yeah?
When are they moving you back to the prison?
Oh, tomorrow, I think.
Lady, η ώρα πέρασε. Έλα.
Where's the sedative?
Bye. See you soon.
Yeah, okay. Hey, wait for us at the pie and share, yeah?
Γιατί δεν τρώτε την σοκολάτα σας?
Μη μιλάτε.
Η σοκολάτα είναι καλή. Φάτη.
Όχι, θα τα κρύψω τα παιδιά μου.
He won't eat the chocolates. He says he keeps it for his children.
Stupid bastard. What do we do now?
Stay cool.
But you haven't even started on mine yet.
Relax. Greeks are always late. Stay calm, the right moment will come.
Man, they're there. The boat will be leaving in a few minutes.
It's just docking.
James. No, it's too late. People are getting on already. What are you doing?
Στο διάλογο κάνει αυτός. Άντε να φύγει να μας κάψει ζωντανός.
Take me with you. Chance.
Stay here, little brother. They'll take care of you much better than I can.
So you've never heard of Charles Sobhraj, Steve?
No, not until you called me.
Death stalks the pot trail. Asia's most wanted man. The devil, face to face. This is the story of the decade. And Stephen, I want you to write it.
Looks like everybody already has.
I don't mean another article. I mean a book.
Why me?
I read some of those interviews you did in Rolling Stone. I thought they were bloody brilliant.
Thanks, I thought they were pretty trivial.
That piece on Arafat was great. I mean, some of that stuff was amazing, almost unbelievable.
It's all on tape.
How'd you get him to say some of those things?
He trusted me.
That's why I'm here.
This guy Sobhraj, he's been drugging and killing travelers in Asia?
Western travelers, mostly hippies. Of course, Sobhraj denies he's killed anyone. Quite frankly, no one can think of a motive. There's no denying he's a villain. I mean, he's wanted by the police in 23 countries. But he's also highly intelligent. He speaks 6 or 7 languages. He's read every book in the world. And he's busted out of jail 15 times. 15 times. Paris, Athens, Delhi, Tehran, and the rest. Then he pops up in another country with a new face, a new name, a new passport. He once persuaded his half-brother to swap identities and spend a year in jail for him. When I was with him, he had me believing and doing all manner of things. That's his genius.
And you think he's the killer?
Yes, I do. I want you to crack him open. Find out why he does it. But he'll mislead you. He won't make it easy for you.
He sounds like a Charles Manson.
Oh, much scarier than that. Because when you're with him, you can't help liking him.
So where is he now?
In jail in Delhi.
Charged with what?
Everything short of murder one.
Why would he talk to me?
Because I bought the exclusive rights to his story.
There's got to be more to it than that. What's in it for him?
Apart from the money, ego, but the story is the motive. And that's a mystery. What was Sobhraj's motive?
So this guy, Bill Sherman, he's paying me 20 grand up front.
Lucky you. How long will you be gone?
I don't know, 6 weeks, maybe a month.
Look, it's silly to go all that way for 6 weeks. Why don't you take 6 months? A year?
Okay, where's this coming from? Huh? You've been on my case for weeks to get back to work, and now I get an assignment. I mean a genuine assignment. It could be the biggest break of my career.
Sitting in a stinking jail with a mass murderer could be the biggest break of your career.
Okay, Chris, what's behind this?
I don't like it when you go away for 2 weeks, let alone 2 months. Things happen to people when they're separated. I don't want anything to happen to us.
Neither do I. But I gotta do this. I mean, I wanna do it. I can't afford not to do it. So come with me.
Come with you.
Come with me.
Now, wait a minute. You're asking me to leave my job for the sake of yours?
No, you can help me with a book. We'll write it together. We'll have a great time. It'll be like a professional honeymoon. Come on, you'll love India.
I'd love to. I'd love to. Thanks.
Okay, what's his name?
Stephen Carey.
And who does he write for?
He writes for a lot of people.
Is he good?
He's the best.
Look, I need to know if he's going to be sympathetic about my life bill. We're talking about a very serious matter. This is a book that is going to describe Charles Sobhraj. I don't need somebody who's going to judge me, okay?
Reservations for Carrie?
Charles? He's arrived.
He's here? Now?
Yes. You meet him tomorrow. Wish you'd told me you're bringing your wife along, Stephen.
I'm not his wife.
Bill, I needed someone to help me with the book.
I hope you both know what you're up against. This is not a holiday.
I know that. That's why Chris is here. She's a good journalist.
I'm sure you are, Chris. Have you ever had to deal with anyone like Sobhraj before?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't know what you're getting into here.
You know we're being followed.
Of course we're being followed. It's just the police. Don't worry about it.
Why would they be following us, for God's sake?
Sobhraj is one of the most wanted men in the world.
Well, what's that got to do with us?
The Indians are suspicious of anyone connected to him. Maybe the authorities think we're here to help him escape.
That's ridiculous.
Nothing is ridiculous in India, Chris. And just remember, Sobhraj is only on trial for attempted murder here. Most of the killings happen in Thailand. Thais are incredibly embarrassed. They're pulling every stroke in the book to get him extradited.
What would they do with him?
Firing squad. But look, I can't tell you how brilliant Sobhraj is. He's 3 moves ahead of everyone. He's got the Indian judicial system all fired up against the Thais, so they're desperate to keep him here as a point of honor.
What is all this?
This is the legal bazaar. All these guys are lawyers waiting to be hired.
You sure you know where you're going, Phil?
Sure. Yeah, it's this way. Come on.
Why don't we ask them?
I think it's this way.
I read they arrested Sobhraj's girlfriend as well.
She should be on the stand today.
Oh, Mr. Sherman, I spoke to the judge. You and your colleagues can sit over there. Picture.
At least we get to sit. Those 2 guys are Shastri and Mortimer, the defense lawyers. One had just stood up as Gopal, prosecution.
What about those 2 guys over there?
The one on the right is Inspector Gupta. He's the one who captured Sobhraj. Fancies himself as India's Sherlock Holmes. This is the biggest case he's ever cracked, so he's not going to be letting Sobhraj slip through his fingers, I can tell you that.
The guy on the left?
That's Rapinda, Gupta's spy master. See if you can stay out of his way.
Where's Sobhraj?
He'll be here any minute. he is now.
What's he doing? Is he coming here?
He does what he likes. Charles,
Bill.
this is the journalist I spoke about, Stephen Carey.
Charles?
The beautiful young lady.
My co-worker.
Chris Royston.
Please, sit down. I see you are a very fortunate man, Stephen. I'm not so fortunate, huh? Many years wasted in jails and courts like this. Look, here comes one of my persecutors now.
And how are you today, Mr. Sherman? Morning, Inspector Gupta. These are the friends I mentioned. Chris Royston, Stephen Carey.
How do you do?
Inspector?
Welcome to Delhi.
Thank you.
You will be staying long?
I'm not really sure at this point.
However long it is, I hope you enjoy your stay.
That man is evil. He wants to have me destroyed. But I don't think he will succeed, do you?
Silence! Forward to the right!
Your Honor, a scurrilous item in the Times of India today states that my client, Monique Leclerc, was a member of a notorious gang of international criminals.
So, Stephen,
This is not
you write a bestseller about my life, huh? And perhaps a movie.
just the fact that this case is
That depends on what you tell us.
I promise Bill to tell you everything. But you know, first, I must trust you. You may have to give evidence against me. These tapes will be used as evidence.
If you're innocent, what do you have to hide?
Chris, you must understand my life. I was forced sometimes by circumstances into minor illegal activities. Now, this I have never denied.
I need the tapes for the book, for accuracy. It'll make it easier for me.
Gupta may get his hands on your tapes. He may take things out of context. He may distort the truth.
I'll assure you the tapes of our conversations will never be made public. I'll give you my word.
We have examined enough legal procedure to last another 10 trials. Please put forward your case.
Very well, Your Honor. I'm much obliged for your patience.
Court resumes in 5 minutes. You look for out there, I'll try down here.
Hello, hello.
What do you want?
Just to talk?
You are a reporter who wants his story.
Yes. And yours.
I tried to talk to someone before, but they stopped me. They will stop you.
Who will?
They will. They won't let anyone help me. Charles won't let anyone help me.
I'm allowed to talk to him. I'm sure it's all right if I talk to you. Maybe I can help you.
I'm sick now. And I don't feel strong enough to fight them. I think I'm going crazy. You're on his side, aren't you?
Whose?
Charles. You will help him manipulate me to make a good story, huh? His stupid, pathetic girl who was a stone around his neck. I only tried to love him. I still do love him.
Do you think he still loves you?
What do you know? Huh? You are so beautiful. You don't need to love anyone but yourself. You don't know what it is to need someone. And you don't know what it feels to have a man like Charles make you need him.
What are you doing here? Just leave her alone. Shh. Out, out. Come on.
I have your Honor's permission to approach the bench, please.
Of course. Please proceed.
Does this book mean anything to you, Charles? Other than a way of making money?
Your Honor.
Money?
I consulted my colleague on
Stephen, I've never been short of ways of making money.
And how's that?
You see, they're so busy telling lies about me that they forget. I was a very famous, very rich gem dealer in Bangkok. I made hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And yet here, I'm supposed to have killed 9 people for a total of what? $5,000? Does that make any sense to you, Stephen? You know, it's funny. People have often said to me that I'll be famous one day. See my hand? Here, show me your hand. You'll be famous too, huh? See? We'll both be famous together. My life is a very special life, Stephen. And you must tell the truth about it.
I know, Charles. That's exactly what you have to tell me. The truth. What do you think of him?
I'm not sure.
I was quite impressed.
I loved the way he kept touching me. I could think of those hands of his snapping necks.
Glad you're not judging my trial.
Gave me the creeps, that's all.
Stephen, I was born in Saigon even as the bombs of the Viet Minh were falling all around. My earliest memories are set against a vicious and pointless war. My beloved father's name was Hochan Sobhraj, a handsome man, very light skin. Stephen, my father was always away, traveling here and there in the world. Always business, and always so busy. But when he came home, he'd bring me wonderful presents. I would long for him to return. And then one time, he brought instead a wife. Obviously, my mother, she was just a mistress. She was in despair. And to punish my father, she went and married a French soldier and forbade me ever to see my father again. She would tie me up so that I would not escape. She would lock me in cupboards for days without food like an animal. And so, I behaved like one. I became cunning. I ran away. I would escape. I ran away many times. But by now, my father's new wife, she has children of her own, and I'm not welcome there. Where could I go? I was a young boy. Handsome and clever, but not clever enough to understand why no one loved me. So I'd go back to my mother again, thinking that finally perhaps she could love me. But instead she'd give me to my stepfather, who'd beat me. And this he enjoyed. And this I could not understand either. Stephen, every day I would walk home from school crying with fear. Every night I was so miserable I would wet my bed. And every morning, he would beat me for being such an animal. This went on for years until... Do you know what they did in the end? Every night when I went to bed, they would strap my hands by the bed and tie a string around my penis. Can you imagine that?
God, poor bastard.
So now you're not so sure he's guilty?
I never said he was.
Those hands of his snapping necks?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
You listen to that, he doesn't sound like someone capable of murder.
Assuming that it's true.
You think he made it up?
You never know, he could have. Guy with a gun to his head, he might say anything.
Well, we don't have a gun to his head. Why would he lie to us?
I'll get it.
Good evening.
Inspector.
I'm sorry to disturb you at this late hour. May we talk inside?
Why not? Come in.
Thank you. Miss Royston?
Have a seat, Inspector.
Thank you. My card, by the way.
Thank you.
I hope you understand why I wish to speak with you outside my office.
I'm not sure I do.
Then let me explain to you, Miss Royston. Charles Sobhraj is most adept at getting people to do his bidding. One of my own men might be a spy. Anyone who comes in contact with him must be suspect.
Including us?
Anyone.
Inspector, our dealings with Sobhraj are strictly professional. Bill Sherman told you exactly why we're here.
There is an English saying I particularly like, Mr. Carey. Actions speak louder than words.
What is it we're supposed to have done?
Nothing. Yet. But you have no idea what kind of animal you are dealing with in Sobhraj. I am worried, not what you have done, but what he might get you to do. You are getting $20,000 from your publisher for this story, I think.
How do you know that?
It is my business to know everything in Delhi, Miss Royston.
Inspector, $20,000 doesn't go very far where we come from.
You say you are writing a book. Perhaps you are. Just remember that I have the definitive dossier of information on this man and his accomplices. I think it is better that we cooperate. Otherwise, I might be forced to a less charitable view of your motives for being here.
Thank you, Inspector.
Good night.
Good night.
What a snake.
Wonder how much he wants.
You're not going to pay him anything, are you?
Might have to. He obviously sees it as fair trade. Hell, he probably won't make $20,000 in his entire lifetime.
That's not the point.
No, it's not the point. The book's the point. If bribing that smartass is the only way to go, then that's exactly what we'll have to do. Don't get righteous on me, Chris. You know as well as I do, in this job, you're a journalist first. Moralist second.
It's just what worries me.
सोभराज हम सब तुम्हारे साथ हैं
पीछे हटो पीछे हटो रास्ता छोड़ो पीछे हटो
So, Inspector, why are you so impatient to get my head?
To get your head, I beg your pardon?
Oh, so polite. All these tricks you use against me, huh?
The only thing I use against you, Charles Sobhraj, is justice.
Justice? Where is the justice here? One man against so many. You say you play by the rules, but they're your rules. And they're so unfair.
Not at all. Why do you say that?
But you know what I like about you, Inspector? You can lie even better than me. And still smile.
Take him away.
जी साहब पीछे हटो तुमको बोल रहे हैं अरे तुम क्या सोचते नहीं
हम सब
पीछे हटो
We will continue now from where we finished last evening.
Poor Monique. This is so cruel. She's not strong enough for this. It will break her.
And may I remind you, Miss Clarke, that you are still under oath? You say in your statement, Miss Clarke, that once back in Delhi, you went with the man you knew as Alain Gautier to the Vikram Hotel.
Did I?
It is here in your statement, page 12. Do you wish to see it?
Do I have to answer all these questions? I've answered them so many times before.
Miss Clarke, you are not here as a witness. You are here as a defendant, charged with a most serious crime.
But I did not do anything.
Then the best way for us to establish that is for you to tell the truth and the whole truth to this court. Now, You say in your statement that Gautier, or Sobhraj, went to the hotel to meet a group of French students that he'd met a few days before in Agra. Is that correct?
You know, they forced her to sign that statement. Another one of their tricks, huh?
Answer the question. You say in your sworn statement that you were with Sobhraj when he entered the hotel with the sole intention of drugging and robbing those students. Is it not so?
She only said that because the police blackmailed her, huh?
Your Honor, please. He is blatantly intimidating the witness.
Restrain the prisoner. You are intimidating her. Huh? You and this phony justice here. Order, order. Don't let him intimidate you, darling. Tell him the truth. Tell him I only wanted to help those people. Tell them. Restrain the prisoner. He confuses her. This is so unfair. How can I keep silent?
You will have every opportunity to defend yourself in this court, Mr. Sobhraj. And now, if you will not keep silent, I will have to continue with the rest of it without you.
Miss Clarke?
I don't know anything about it. I saw nothing.
Are you now revising your sworn testimony?
Yes.
Speak up.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Then you lied in your statement to the police.
Yes, I lied.
Order, order. The court is adjourned for 30 minutes.
परमिट ठीक है भाई जाने दो
Stephen! Charles, welcome to my office.
How are you today?
Oh, the best. Always the best. So tell me, Stephen, have you got a plan to get the tapes out of the country?
Leave that to me.
Well, you will be stopped at the airport and searched.
If I am, they won't find anything.
They must not.
Charles, I gave you my word. Gupta won't get his hands on the tape, so let me worry about that, okay?
You will not make copies?
Why would I want to make copies? It increases the risk of losing.
I just want you to understand that my life is at
Look, Charles. You have got to trust us. Chris and I are the only ones who will ever hear those tapes. If anyone else gets their hands on them, we haven't got a book. Now, I want to talk about the murders.
Yes?
You didn't kill those people. Who did?
It's more than that, Stephen. Much more. Look, we have seen the work of your American heroes. Vietnam, Nicaragua. Now, what makes your sort of terrorism legitimate, huh? Because you carry a flag? Pray to God? Get a medal when you kill? There is only one law. The law of the jungle. And we all play the same game. Governments, they can only pretend that they don't. Or else we have a choice. One choice to live. Either we kill or we be killed.
I want some straight answers, Charles. Because if I don't get some, there's no book and there's no money. Do you understand? Did you kill any of these people?
The Chinese have very long memories. What they remember most is the Opium Wars.
Make a great politician, Charles.
Listen. Now they take their revenge, flooding the West with heroin. In Hong Kong, there is an organization that has invested huge sums of money, millions, in the heroin trade. I have a contract with this organization, and my contract says I must eliminate amateur couriers that get in their way. Now, this is very important for you to understand.
You're telling me you were hired to kill freelance drug couriers?
Purely as a matter of business, yes.
Carrie, may I go?
Of course she can come in. She's my friend. Chris, how lovely and fresh you look this morning.
I brought you an ice cream.
Thank you. Will you sit here, please? see, Stephen? You only have to look around. You'll find many people who like me.
Sure of it.
Charles, I want to interview Monique.
You've spoken to her already, I think, huh?
Yes, but I want regular access, like Stephen has with you.
You must treat her gently. She's like a frightened animal. Oh, and this will cost you some money as well. It's just for the guards, you know.
I'm afraid Chris is against bribery on principle, Charles.
How much?
1,000 rupees. You know, I plan to go from here soon.
When?
Oh, whenever I like.
Better finish your ice cream first.
When do you think is the best time, you know, for publicity for the book?
Do you really think you can just walk out of here?
Listen, I can go whenever I like. My desire to be free is far greater than their desire to keep me here.
The worst time in my life? The worst time was when my wife, Renee, left me. She was under arrest in Tehran. I blew up half the jail to bust her out, and then she said she couldn't take it anymore. Took our beautiful little daughter, Shanti, with her back to France. I've never seen them again, Stephen. They were the only two people who ever mattered to me.
Where are you going?
Mr. Carey. Sit down, please. How may I help you?
I want to know why we're under surveillance.
What exactly do you mean?
I mean the spy hole that someone drilled through the wall of our hotel room.
How dare you come into my office and accuse me of such a preposterous thing? May I remind you that you are visitors in my country?
May I remind you, Inspector, that if you want to know anything about your visitors, simply ask them.
To put it bluntly, Mr. Carey, how could I trust the answers you might give? You are consorting with a very dangerous and persuasive man.
I'm fully aware of that.
I truly wonder if you are. You seem all too friendly with him, if you want my frank opinion.
That, Inspector, is my psychology.
Perhaps it is. Let us hope. But even so, your intimacy with Sobhraj puts you in an interesting position. There is the question of withholding evidence. Not to mention what you might know of his possible escape plans. Why should we not keep an eye on you? You tell me that.
Inspector, I can assure you I know far less about this case than you do. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm completely confused by the whole thing.
In what way confused?
Well, I find it hard to believe that an intelligent man would do the sort of things he's supposed to have done for a few passports and little money. There's got to be more to it than that.
Such as?
Well, I'm only guessing here, but maybe narcotics.
No. He despises drugs and drug users.
But he used drugs on his victims, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Ironic, isn't it?
हाथी का बच्चा चल रहा है साइकिल
Of course, madam.
पीछे हटो। हटो हटो हटो, मैम सबको जाने दो। क्या देख रहे हो उधर? कोई मेला है क्या? हटो हटो हटो। सब ले आए।
हाँ हाँ, आप चाहिए, हमको मालूम है।
Hello, Monique. Did you get the message from Charles? He thought it'd be a good idea if we spoke together. The book. Do you mind if I ask you some personal questions? Why did you stay with him for so long? I mean, you must...
I had no choice. As soon as I arrived to live with him, he took my passport and all my money. But of course, I trusted him. I loved him. Every day, always, even right to the end, when all I wanted was to get away, he would say, "No, wait. Just 10 days more. Just help me a little longer and then you can go." I waited years for that 10 days to be over. And then when I finally planned my escape, we were arrested. So, you see, we were meant to be together. Charles is my fate.
And you still love him, even after that?
More than ever. You see, this 1 year I have here with him in jail is better than the 2 years outside. Here, I am close to him all the time. Here, there is no one else.
If there's anything I can do, Monique, as a friend.
Thank you. There's something you can do. You can give these letters to Charles. I know he's waiting to hear from me.
Then one day, when I was walking home from school, I heard a sound like thunder. There was a sheet of white light, a massive explosion. Everyone around me was killed instantly. And yet I, somehow, amidst all these burning bodies, had survived. Stefan, I knew in that instant that I was protected. Others around me may suffer, but it is my fate to go through the fire and survive. You are like a mirror, aren't you, Stephen?
What do you mean?
You reflect what happens around you, but it makes no lasting impression. Have you ever read René Lassin's Characterology and Personality?
No.
I have. I have studied the human character and the human potential. So I can predict how anyone will react in a given situation. This way, I can know my enemy and make him into my friend.
What do you make of my character, for example?
You? Oh, you, Stephen, you have great warmth and sympathy for people. You make them feel understood. You too can make anyone your friend. You're like a child in many ways. Your work is your play. You love adventure, and you are no stranger to self-love. But that is good, as long as it doesn't go too far. Are you vain, Stephen?
Not really, no.
No, but you're a really good liar, huh? Particularly to yourself. And you don't mind twisting the facts to make a good story, huh?
I don't do that.
We all do that, Stephen. But you find this particularly hard to admit.
Is that it?
Do you know Aesop's fable about the ant and the grasshopper? Well, you are like the grasshopper, singing and dancing all summer long with no thought for tomorrow. Remember, Stephen, after summer comes winter.
What about your character, Charles?
Me? Oh, Stephen, unlike you, I act on the basis of what happened before. I'm a prisoner of my own past. That's what makes my type so dangerous, you see. Hello, Chris.
Am I interrupting something?
Do you want something?
Yes, I brought you these. For Monique.
I'll see you back at the hotel, Chris.
Okay.
No, it's okay, Stephen. We'll continue this tomorrow.
देखी है चमक हम आशिक हैं मरते क्यों नहीं हुस्न वाले हमको दीवाना कहते हैं हुस्न वाले हमको दीवाना कहते हैं
What are you gonna have?
Really don't feel like it.
Why'd you bring us here then?
Because it was Charles' favorite restaurant. I wanted to see what it was like.
You ready to order?
Yes, I'll have the rashami kebab and rice and beer, please.
A beer, thanks.
So what were you two talking about today?
His past and my character. We just started to talk about his character.
When you were so rudely interrupted. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'd been with Monique and I
Didn't think.
So do you think he could have done the murders or not?
What I think doesn't matter.
Well, you must have an opinion by now.
You obviously do. Chris, we just started this thing. We can't have preconceived ideas about where we might end up.
I'm just concerned you'll lose your perspective if you get too close to him.
That's crazy. I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm here to understand Sobhraj. And until I do, I have to suspend my judgment and you have to suspend yours. We're here to write a book, not conduct a trial. If Charles decides we've already found him guilty, he's never going to tell us the truth.
To the book, then. Keep walking. I think we're being followed. One of them was in the restaurant.
Wait, Stephen! Don't be in such a hurry.
Just want to talk to you.
Who are you?
I'm Daniel. It's all right, please. I know about you. I saw you in the court talking to Charles.
You know him?
We were in jail together. The police are watching me, so I have to be very careful. And you are Chris. Charles is our friend, huh? He's an extraordinary person. He knows many things. He has many strengths.
What do you want, Daniel?
From you? Nothing from you. But maybe you want something from us, huh? For the book? Yes. Charles wanted for you to meet us all. All his friends.
There's more of you?
Oh, yes, Guy. He is coming soon from Paris, huh?
Guy who?
Guy's a brother of Charles.
You're here to break him out, aren't you?
India's an ocean into which Charles will soon disappear, like a drop of water.
Point of having this wonderful bath and have any bloody water in it. What's the matter?
Telex from Bill. Scheduled a bunch of meetings in Bangkok. Interpol, some witnesses, possible access to files.
So, what's the problem?
Set it up for this week. I can't break it off with Charles right now. How am I supposed to be in two places at once?
You don't have to be. I'll go.
That'd be a good idea. I think you should go.
Good morning, Stephen. You look fresh this morning.
Charles, I gotta say, you do very well for yourself.
I know how to look after myself. And everything is available here for a price.
Including freedom?
Oh, yes, that too. I've always escaped when it suited me.
And you've always been caught.
The world is the same. But I'm different. I'm much stronger now. And I have many friends who will help me.
I know. We met two of them last night.
Daniel, silly boy. But he does what I tell him. How's Chris?
She's gone to Thailand.
Stephen, I've been meaning to talk to you about Chris. I don't think she is the right person to help you with our book. This is for you. She is far too emotional. In the wrong way, I mean. You I can trust. You're the right person to be the biographer of Charles Sobhraj. But Chris is like me. Prisoner of her own preconceptions. Chris, I'm afraid, cannot be open to the real truth.
Got a telex from Bill this morning. Thinks we're moving too slow. I need to talk about the murders, Charles.
I've made a decision to talk to you about the cleanings.
Is that what you call them? Cleanings?
Yes, cleanings. But on the strict condition that we agreed. No one must ever hear what I'm about to tell you. These are things I've never told to another living soul.
Charles, it'll be in the book.
No book will stand up in court. Not even in a Thai court.
So you have killed.
Hong Kong sent me the name of several amateur drug couriers that would be coming to Bangkok. It was my job to give them a warning. Stephen, these were bad people. They knew the risk they were taking.
So we got into this really intense conversation, and we were really out of it. So when he asked me to sleep with his best friend, I thought, well, why not?
Meet Jenny, she's fantastic.
Hello.
Ved met her at Malaysia.
My name is Alain. This is AJ. He's going to help me find customers for my gems. Have you taken your medicine? How do you expect to get better again if you don't take your medicine, huh? So tell me, Jenny, where are you off to on your travels?
A Tibetan monastery in Kathmandu. You think it's weird for me to be drinking and talking about sex before going to a monastery?
Oh, better to get it out of the way before, huh? No, I have studied most religions. And you know what I like particularly about Buddhism? Is that it accommodates all extremes of human behavior. But tell me, do you think you'll reach nirvana up there in those hills where the Buddha was born? Do you really have that much self-discipline?
I don't have a real lot of self-discipline, I guess. But I am working on it. How about you?
Well, to me, it is the most important quality a person can have. When I was a little boy, I was like you. Running around, here, there, searching for what? You know, something to believe in. The truth. And then I found it. It was here inside me. Where it had been all along. Before you go, Jenny, I would like you to join my wife and me for a weekend at Pattaya. It's a beautiful beach resort. We have a bungalow there.
Oh, great.
AJ was a smart boy, but I penetrated his mind so completely that I knew if I pulled the string, I could make him dance to any tune I wanted. You see, Stephen, AJ craved adventure above everything else.
Don't be silly, AJ. Come on, Elaine, you should come out and have a dance.
You like it, Jenny?
Oh, sure, it's great.
Jenny, not now. Later. To life.
Cheers. But I thought we were going to your bungalow
Why?
for a weekend at the beach.
Who do you work for?
But I'm not working. I'm on my way to Kathmandu, remember?
Yes, I remember. Jenny, I don't think you're telling me the whole truth.
Yes, I am.
You have to take something to Kathmandu this trip, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about. And you're hurting me.
I think you have to carry something. Some powder, huh? You're being very silly not telling me about it.
Did you put something in my drink?
Uh-huh.
I'm feeling kind of weird.
It's just to help you relax. Easier to get to the truth, don't you think? Hey, wake up. What are you dreaming about? Take her for a swim. her last dream was having sex with a Buddhist lama. Tell me, Stephen, do all these Western women have sex on their brain? I think they do.
How did you know she was a heroin trafficker?
Hong Kong.
I needed more information on this Hong Kong thing. Names, dates, phone numbers, something.
Stephen, what's happening between you and me is like the surgeon and the patient. Now, I'm allowing you to slice into my soul. And I'm feeling very bad about this. As if I've been unfaithful to myself.
What are you talking about?
Bill promised to send some money by now.
And until it arrives, you're not prepared to go any further. Is that it?
This is the file of 5 murders that took place in Thailand.
May I?
Please.
Thais had Sobhraj under arrest. Why did they let him go?
Money, pride. See, most of this evidence was collected by a Dutch diplomat and a French couple that lived in the same building.
Francois and Annie.
The Thais are embarrassed to have a bunch of amateurs do such a brilliant stitch-up job. Made them lose face. Next time.
Why didn't you show us all this before?
I didn't have it before. It wasn't easy to get. Cost me a lot of money. Oh, that reminds me, I got a telex from Stephen this morning. Sobhraj has started to talk, but he wants more money.
How much have you paid him so far?
Plenty.
Bill, does it ever worry you that we're all cashing in on these murders?
You got a problem with this thing, Chris. You should have mentioned it before you took my money. Did you really think I was paying you 20 grand to come over here and have a honeymoon?
No, but I...
No buts. The guy isn't a psycho. We haven't got a story. So, Miss Royston, I suggest you just get on with the job. Leave the moralizing for the dinner table. Okay?
This Francois and Annie, they're still around? I need to talk to them.
That is where we lived.
And that apartment is where Sobhraj and Monique lived.
Of course, we did not know him then as Sobhraj, but as Alain Gauthier.
His gem business seemed to do well. He had lots of customers always coming and going. I think he was in love with money.
I think Monique knew what was going on. She must have known something, yeah. We suspected something. We were just neighbors.
He had 2 apartments. This one down here is where some people stayed for a few hours, others stayed for weeks. This is where he entertained his clients.
And his victims.
Always young travelers.
Yes, all were travelers. But not the usual penniless freaks, huh? They all had something to offer Charles. Something he wanted. Always business.
But the business was always to do with gems or drugs.
Or both.
Yes, or both. I'm sure of it now. At the time, it was hard to know what was going on. Sobhraj, he has a way of making people not see what they don't want to see. Bonjour. Hello. Cornelia Hamka.
I'm Enriquez Pitania.
Bonjour. You're friends of Alain? Yeah. We met him in Hong Kong, and we come all that way to buy his jewels. Look, isn't it pretty? And so cheap. Alain is Santa Claus.
Ça va?
Ça va, Monique?
Oh.
Poor Hank.
Is he all right?
Annie, please go upstairs with Monique. We have business to discuss.
Pardon. I'm sorry.
Come, we can have coffee.
Do you think the Dutch could have been drug couriers?
No, they were school teachers. They were, you know, bourgeois. They thought only of their trip of a lifetime and buying cheap diamonds from their good friend Alain.
My God, are you sick? This place is like a hospital.
You think I get a fever?
Have you been to the hospital?
He does not need to do that. Alain is an expert on drugs and diseases. We look after him here better than any hospital can, and for free.
What's the matter with Alain? He was quite rude. It's not like him.
It's just his business. You know, he likes to keep it private.
Who's that couple?
The Dutch. I don't know. I don't like them. They are drug addicts. And they can't even speak proper French.
I thought they looked quite sweet. What was that noise?
Nothing, huh?
Oh, yes, Monique, I want to show this to you. Isn't this that girl who was here last week?
What one? I don't think so.
No, her name is the same, I'm sure.
You imagine things, Annie.
Oh, yes, it is her. Look, they think it might be murder. But here, did she go there with Alain Nager?
No, I don't think so. I didn't like her either.
What's the matter with you, Monique?
What's the matter with me? I live with a man who treats me like a servant. No, a slave. I do everything for him, and he only notices when I do something wrong. He pays attention only to punish me.
And now, Annie, it's nice to see you, but could you excuse us for a minute, please?
What's going on downstairs?
Downstairs? Oh, the Dutch are having some sort of fit. They're all right, AJ is with them.
Shouldn't you call a doctor?
We're taking them to the hospital. Thank you. Don't talk about me like that to people, my darling. It makes me lose my power over them.
Annie!
You look better.
Yes. Stop taking my medicine. Have you seen this? They've killed the Dutch.
But it says you're Australian.
They're guessing. It also says the woman's T-shirt was made in Holland. It's them, I tell you.
But Alain and AJ only took them to the hospital 2 nights ago.
Hey, that's what they said they did, but I don't believe them, do you? Really? Look, we must go to the police. Together. We go in your car right now.
Yes?
Alain wants to see you, Vet. Upstairs. Now.
I come with you.
No. He wants to see him alone.
The next time we saw Ved, he was the burning body on the front of the newspaper.
What did you do?
We made this big report to the police. And finally, they decided to act.
Ah, Inspector, what is the meaning of all this?
Come with me.
I gave the police photos, made lists of everything in the apartment. Oh, mon Dieu. Cocky's handbag was still sitting on the sofa. The bathroom, it had more pills than a pharmacy. There were passports all over the place. It was incredible.
And then, unbelievably, they let him go. They just took the safe.
Weren't you frightened?
Oh, yes, of course. We still are. But no one else would do anything. We just wanted to stop that bastard, you know?
Cap.
Dica.
Why did the police let him go?
You know, I would give a lot to have been in that room to answer that question. Janitor, janitor.
Good morning, Stephen.
Morning.
How are you today, Charles? Hey, it's just for these bastards here, you know?
It's not the way I do business, Charles. Now can we talk about the Dutch?
Dutch. They came straight to the apartment from Hong Kong. On the first day, I started to put stuff in their coffee. The next day, I put some more. It's just to help them relax, you know? If people are relaxed, they're more likely to tell the truth.
Truth about what? The heroin?
Mm-hmm. I had my orders from Hong Kong. I was to question them.
And what do they say?
They went to Chiang Mai to buy heroin.
Their embassy's positive they had nothing to do with drugs.
Stephen, the Dutch embassy, what do they know?
Okay. So what happened then? Burnt them alive.
I had to make a big impression. It had to be a warning to others.
You had no proof they were couriers.
Why else would I do it? The proof is that I let AJ kill them. You've seen the damage heroin has done to your country. I was doing you a favor. I should get a medal.
So you're saying it was your quest to rid the world of drug dealers?
Mm-hmm.
Charles, you were working for drug dealers yourself.
Their plans are no concern of mine. I simply took the opportunity to perform a service. Stephen, I'm telling you the truth. That is what I promised to do, and I'm doing it for you. Only for you.
point again.
The facade of reasonableness, intelligence, and charm that masks an evil thug who befriends and kills innocent travelers for his own gain, and even worse, for his own amusement.
There is the notion Charles Sobhraj may be an innocent victim rather than a guilty monster. Whatever the dubious morality of his quest, the ends may, after all, justify the means.
Would you like any help? Thank you.
I'll take this. Can I see that?
Mr. Carey upstairs.
Yes?
Well, Stephen, maybe we have a new job for you, eh?
It's okay, you can keep it.
Voila, so simple, eh?
Chris, I'm sorry. I forgot.
What's going on? What the hell are they doing here?
They helped me with the book.
Get out of here. Tell them to get out of here.
Chris,
Come on. Get out of here.
calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. Just get them out of here.
Call you later.
What do you think you're doing, Stephen? Forging passports in the room, for Christ's
They were
sake?
teaching me the technique so I could describe it properly in the book.
They're going to throw him into jail. Rapinda's downstairs right now.
I care less about Rapinda. Don't worry, I blocked up the hole anyway.
That's not the point.
Will you relax?
Oh, wake up to yourself, Stephen. You've been seduced. It's that simple.
You want to discuss this rationally?
Yeah. Let's talk about this rationally.
What?
It's the facts, Stephen, about Charles Sobhraj. Charles Sobhraj, the liar. Charles Sobhraj, the sadist. Charles Sobhraj, the murderer.
That's great, Chris. Look, whatever he is, making this thing into some kind of personal crusade isn't going to prove a
Oh,
damn
don't
thing.
patronize me.
I'm not patronizing
Look,
you.
I just don't want to end up writing a book that glorifies the bastard.
I'm not going to write a book that glorifies the bastard. I'm going to write a book that describes him. And I'm not so sure you're the best person to help me do this anymore. You know, maybe Charles is right. Maybe you are too emotional for this job. Chris, there's hundreds of people dying in the street right outside this hotel. And you're hysterical about the deaths of a couple of drug dealers. It doesn't make sense.
I can't help you anymore, Stephen. Whether they were drug dealers or not, and most of them weren't, there are no excuses for murder. You come to terms with that, and I've got nothing more to tell you.
Chris, where are you going? Don't! guy Sobhraj, he's been drugging and killing travelers in Asia?
Western travelers, mostly hippies. Of course, Sobhraj denies he's killed anyone. Quite frankly, no one can think of a motive. There's no denying he's a villain. I mean, he's wanted by the police in 23 countries. But he's also highly intelligent. He speaks 6 or 7 languages. He's read every book in the world. And he's busted out of jail 15 times. Paris, Athens, Delhi, Tehran, and the rest. Then he pops up in another country with a new face, a new name, a new passport. This is the story of the decade. And Stephen, I want you to write it.
So do you think he could have done the murders or not?
What I think doesn't matter.
Well, you must have an opinion by now.
You obviously do. Chris, we just started this thing. We can't have preconceived ideas about where we might end up.
I'm just concerned you'll lose your perspective if you get too close to him.
Your intimacy with Sobhraj puts you in an interesting position. There is the question of withholding evidence. Not to mention what you might know of his possible escape plans. Why should we not keep an eye on you? You tell me that.
You say in your sworn statement that you were with Sobhraj when he entered the hotel with the sole intention of drugging and robbing those students. Is it not so?
She only said that because the police blackmailed her. Don't let him intimidate you, darling. Tell him the truth. Tell him I only wanted to help those people. Tell them.
I don't know anything about it. I saw nothing.
Order, order!
Maybe I can help you.
I only try to love him. I still do love him.
Do you think he still loves you?
What do you know? Huh?
Stephen, I'm telling you the truth. That is what I promised to do, and I'm doing it for you. Only for you.
Oh, wake up to yourself, Stephen. You've been seduced. It's that simple.
You want to discuss this rationally?
Yeah. Let's talk about this rationally.
What?
The facts, Stephen, about Charles Sobhraj. Charles Sobhraj, the liar. Charles Sobhraj, the sadist. Charles Sobhraj, the murderer.
I don't think she is the right person to help you with our book. She is far too emotional.
You know, maybe Charles is right. Maybe you are too emotional for this job.
You I can trust. You're the right person to be the biographer of Charles Sobhraj.
I can't help you anymore, Stephen. Whether they were drug dealers or not, and most of them weren't, there are no excuses for murder.
Do you know who I am?
You're AJ.
I saw you in Bangkok, but I didn't have a chance to speak to you.
Don't touch me.
I did not come all this way to touch you.
Come any closer and I'll scream. What do you want?
To talk to you. Bangkok's a cool place, huh?
I don't know. I wasn't there very long.
Long enough to meet Annie and Francois? They tell lies about us.
Sobhraj sent you, didn't he?
Go home. Go away from here. Charles does not want you to write his book.
What about Stephen?
Stephen is good. Stephen is all right. Stephen will write the book with Charles.
Whiskey, please.
Chris,
You, what are you doing here?
I wanted to apologize. When I was in your room, I didn't want to make you angry. What's the matter?
You know what's the matter.
No, I do not. Tell me.
I just saw AJ.
Ajay? He's here in Delhi?
Yes. He just tried to scare me off, to stop me working on the book.
So, what will you do?
I don't know.
You would not leave Stephen.
Maybe. You don't exactly see Sobhraj in the same way.
You know what a horrible life Charles came from. Believe me, there is more good in him than bad.
Sorry, I can't accept that. Excuse me.
I too am sorry.
What are you smiling about?
Nothing, just... Charles has worked his magic again, that's all.
What do you mean?
You and Stephen, you love each other. And yet Charles has managed to come between even that. He's so... He controls everything.
Thank you, Daniel. I think I'll stay. You might tell Sobhraj that.
Chris? Look, I'm sorry.
I've just seen AJ.
Where?
In the street. He followed me from Bangkok, and he warned me to stop working on the book.
What did he say exactly?
You told Sobhraj I went to Bangkok, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why?
I told him you'd gone to Thailand, that's all.
I don't want you talking to him about me.
What are you doing?
I'm moving to another hotel.
What for?
I'm going to work on the book on my own from now on.
Well, that's great, Chris. Look, it's the middle of the night. Let's talk about this thing in the morning. Chris, where are you gonna go?
I don't know yet.
I don't think it's a good idea you being alone, especially after what just happened.
I'll be all right. I'll get one of the boys to help me.
You gonna leave like this?
See you in court tomorrow. Finish the report. Good night. Hello?
Chris.
Oh, you're still here. Hello?
Where are you going?
To another hotel.
Which one?
I don't know. Do you know one?
You really want to do that? Go away.
Yes.
I know a place. I'll take you there.
Here to see Sobhraj? What's the problem?
We may not enter.
But I have permission to see Sobhraj.
Permission's withdrawn.
By who? Gupta? I think it's time we had another talk.
Yes, but not here. I'll meet you in the guardhouse in 5 minutes.
I'll be there.
तुम लोग और खड़े रहो।
Thank you, sir.
Something wrong, Mr. Carey?
I want to know why I was denied permission to see Sobhraj.
My goodness, were you?
You know damn well I was. What's going on?
You remember the conversation we had at your hotel?
Getting access to Sobhraj's files? What about it?
We are the only ones who have access to them. If you see what I mean. Yes,
साहब वकील साहब आए
Shukriya. I'm afraid I must go. You may continue this conversation with my colleague.
So, Mr. Carey, I understand you want access to some confidential police documents.
I want to see all the transcripts of statements made under interrogation. And anything else you might have from other police sources.
Such as Interpol, you mean?
Whatever you can get me.
Ah. I see.
How much?
$2,000 US.
For that, I retain unlimited access to Sobhraj.
No, that will cost you more again.
How much more?
That's another 1,000.
It's a lot of money.
It's not more than you can afford, I think. You see, we ourselves have other people to pay. There are so many hungry mouths in India, Mr. Carey.
I'll have to speak to Bill Sherman in Bangkok first.
Of course.
In the meantime, can I continue to speak to Sobhraj?
Provisionally, yes.
But for your full and unlimited cooperation, it's going to cost me $3,000.
US. In cash.
$3,000 US in cash. I think I can remember that. I was worried about you. Where'd you go last night?
Taprobane.
Where's that?
Here.
Silence! The court will now rise.
Talk to you later.
Your Honor, after consulting my colleague on the fine legal points that were raised yesterday, both believe that this time...
Why'd you have AJ come here and frighten Chris?
What are you talking about?
He's here in Delhi. He followed her all the way from Bangkok.
He must have come off his own back. I didn't order him to come.
Then who did? The Triad?
He knows nothing of that.
I don't believe you.
Very well, Your Honor. I am obliged for your patience and advice.
Your Honor, we have already gone through many times.
Thanks.
Yeah, who is it?
Me.
What do you want?
Your new neighbor. Can we talk? I read the report you did in Bangkok.
And?
It's good. It's very good.
Really?
Really.
Thanks.
Wow. You prefer this?
So do you believe me now that he's lying?
About the heroin connection?
About any of it? What more do you want?
I want him to tell me the truth.
Stephen, he's incapable of it. He doesn't know the meaning of the word.
Chris, we don't know that yet.
I know it. And you basing a book on his version of the truth is ridiculous.
Is that it? Black and white?
Look, I've got another couple of hours work to do. I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
is he arriving?
Tonight. I pick him up from the plane at 6.
Are you sure he'll bring the money?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Now, I want him to meet my 2 friends. I want him to make a big impression, especially on Chris. You understand?
Okay.
I call Charles Sobhraj. The prisoner will come forward.
I used to think there was justice in India. Now I know there is none.
Your Honor, the prisoner will confine himself to answering the prosecutor's questions.
You mean persecutor? I don't care what you and your code do to me, because I don't recognize you. I am my own judge, and I judge myself innocent.
Mr. Sobhraj, I warn you.
You must understand my distress. I've spent 3 months in the most inhuman, barbaric conditions in jail.
I understand, Mr. Sobhraj. And now the prisoner will please take the witness stand. The court is able to make its own conclusions about your state of mind.
You do not know my state of mind. You do not even know your own mind.
Mr. Sobhraj, I warn you once again.
I know your mind. Yours. And all the others in this room. You are not open to the truth because you're all living a lie. You're all products of a corrupt culture. Look at this pathetic imitation of a court in England, huh? Your stupid costumes, forms of words which mean nothing. We're all victims. Victims and slaves of the West. And I do not understand why we continue to submit to it. So I, for one, have made a decision. I will no longer submit to it.
Quite a performance.
Chris, look, in your report you say Charles used amphetamines. He used them himself. Are you sure about that?
Thai Interpol have 3 sworn statements that he used them, among other things, regularly. When they searched his room, he had 10 kilograms of pills.
Stephen. Chris.
Hello, Daniel. Don't you turn up in the most unlikely places.
Well, I've been waiting for you. Listen, there's someone I want you to meet. Actually, it's someone Charles wants you to meet, huh? Come. Oh. Come. Ellie.
Hotel's great, Daniel.
Okay. मुझे लगता है वो अमेरिकन कपल के साथ ही है। यहाँ आप चले आइए। अभी आ जाइए।
I would like you to meet Guy, brother of Charles.
Hi, Guy. Stephen Carey.
Chris Royston?
Hi, Chris.
When do you arrive?
Just now tonight.
Why don't we go somewhere else and talk?
Sure.
So you and Charles are really half-brothers?
That's right. Our mother was the same, but my father was French. So, you two will write a good book about Charles, huh? And show that he was not such a bad man.
We don't know yet. We haven't finished talking to him.
Well, then you must keep talking to my brother until you understand that he could never do anything really bad. Never. And anyway, he is far too clever. He has no need. To my brother, Charles.
To Charles.
I would like to see Charles in the court. Do you think you could get me in?
Should be possible, yeah.
To talk to the people who love Charles most, you must talk to those who have known him in jail.
You were in jail with him, weren't you, in Greece?
Yes, for 1 year.
How'd the two of you end up there together?
It's not so easy to explain. I was 21, still living with my mother. We hadn't heard from Charles for years and years, and suddenly he rang me and sent me some money and told me to meet him at the Hilton in Athens.
Bonsoir. This is my brother Henri. Henri, this is Dee and Brad Robinson.
How do you do, Henri?
Nice to meet you, Henri.
what would you
No,
like?
not for me. No, I'm going upstairs to pack and relax.
Would you like a
boys
drink?
make
Beer,
a
bring a
night
beer.
of it. Nice to meet you.
Bye, honey.
Here you go.
Okay. Where'll we go?
I know a place that is very good.
Oh, my God.
It's all right. It's a little stomach trouble, I think.
Oh, he has too much to drink. He's such a bore. Put him in the bedroom. He tried smoking keef in Tangier. Threw up all over a duchess.
Go talk to the woman. I'll search the room.
Thanks for bringing the stupid bastard home. Would you like a drink?
What do you think you're doing?
Let me go! Let me go, you filthy pig! I'm calling the police!
Come here. Here, you do it. Hands are full, huh? Come on.
Oh, this is crazy. I can't do this.
You can't do it? Okay, you hold it. Okay, hold her still. You get one of their bags, take everything. Money, jewelry, cameras, everything. Passports. Oh, and she has a mink coat in there somewhere.
It was really disgusting. Why did you have to do that?
They ripped me off?
Yeah.
I gave them some gems on the Preval. And that fat pig pretends it's never happened. Hey, why you worry about them, huh? They're millionaires. Everything is insured. Worry about us. Yeah. Take this package to Beirut.
What is it?
Passports for the PLO.
The PLO? But where are you going?
I have other business to attend to. Now you stay in Beirut 1 week. Then you go to Istanbul, stay at the Alpha Hotel. I'll meet you there. You see, Guy, with me you'll have excitement. You will be rich.
So what happened then? Bad luck. I went to the airport the next day to fly to Beirut, and there was the couple we had robbed. I was arrested. They tortured me until I betrayed Charles. And you know, a whole year we spent in jail together. And he never once blamed me. And so I owe him something. Oh, don't look like that, Chris. The past is the past, huh? Smile.
Chris, I'm really angry with you. You have been telling many bad lies about me.
No, I just try to tell the truth, as far as I understand it.
Why are you so paranoid about me, huh? What have I ever done to hurt you? Chris, I have an ulcer on my foot. Can you get me some papaya? It's very good for drawing out the infection.
I'm very busy at the moment, Charles. Why don't you get one of your groupies to do it for you? What about AJ? I'm sure he'd love to.
That's no problem. I'll get Steven to do it.
Oh, Mr. Clarke. He's with me.
Guy, c'est toi. Tu es venu. Mon Dieu, c'est fantastic, huh? Look, everyone. This is my little brother. He's come all the way from Paris to see me. He knows I'm innocent, huh? Oh.
Who is it?
Steven. Hi.
Come in.
Want a beer?
Yeah. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
I meant about today. You could have been shot or something.
Actually, I was more concerned about him escaping. We haven't got a book yet.
I was just about to go to bed.
Want some company?
No, thanks.
Sure about that?
Yes, thanks.
Look, I really appreciate the way you put everything you have into this. I know how hard it's been for you. I'd have been very lonely here without you.
Well, the sooner it's done, the sooner we can leave, huh?
I guess I better go to bed, huh?
I guess so.
Good night.
Night.
So, Mr. Carey, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
Even notice, Inspector, I've only been sitting here for 2 hours.
It's been a very busy morning, and it still is. So have you spoken to your Mr. Sherman?
No.
Who?
Spoke to the magistrate instead. Told us how we can get access to all the statements, everything you offered us for nothing.
I see. And what about Interpol?
Chris got all that in Bangkok. Also for nothing. So, Inspector, the deal is off.
Deal? What do you mean, deal?
Come off it.
Mr. Carey, when Sobhraj attempts to escape the next time, and he will, I will arrest you too for conspiracy.
Why would I want him to escape? I want him right here where I can talk to him.
And you expect me to continue to allow you to do that?
You got no right to stop me.
Unless you are one of his accomplices.
That's absurd.
Is it? Then perhaps you can explain to me why you are here working in Delhi on a tourist visa.
What does that have to do with anything?
You have made a false claim. You say tourist, and yet here you are working and consorting with thieves and murderers.
And corrupt police.
I beg your pardon. May I remind you again that you are a visitor in my country. You are clearly here under false pretenses, and I can have you expelled at a moment's notice.
Save your breath, Inspector. You see, I've taped all our conversations. This one, the last one with Rapinda. You want to make an issue out of it? Be my guest.
Do not threaten me, Mr. Carey. Otherwise, you will find yourself in very serious trouble.
Good day, Inspector.
Hi.
Charles? You got sent a message for me?
No, I don't see Sobhraj. Stephen does all that. I brought you all the things you asked for. Shampoo, soap, chocolate, cigarettes.
You're very kind.
Thank you for agreeing to see me again. I know it's not easy.
I have brought something for you.
What is it?
My diaries. I have kept them ever since I met Charles. Perhaps they can help you to understand us better.
Thank you very much.
Well, what I feel is in these pages. All the love that Charles takes with not giving back. I am his slave. Always. And I'll wait for him to set me free.
Monique, only you can set yourself free.
That's what everyone says.
And everyone is right.
I've tried. You must believe me, I've tried everything to take this curse from my heart, but it only gets worse. No. I think I must be a very bad person and God wants to punish me. What else can it be?
I told you, I confirmed those rooms for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, sir, but there is nothing that I can do.
What's the problem?
Spawn says we have to leave the hotel. Gave away our rooms.
That's ridiculous. The hotel's practically empty.
I'm sorry, madam, but a very big party is arriving this evening. You must leave now.
Show me the written confirmation.
Sir, I'm not permitted to do that.
And I'm not permitted to smack you in the eye, but I'll do it anyway. Show me the booking.
In that case, I'll call the police and you will find new accommodations in prison.
Gupta's behind this.
Yeah? How do you know?
Tried to bribe me and I called his bluff. Calling the embassy.
Stephen, forget it. You can find another hotel.
What are you gonna do?
I want to follow up some leads in Kathmandu and Kashmir. Fly to Srinagar in the morning. All right?
Want some money?
No, I've already spoken to Bill.
So this has all been arranged?
Yeah. He thinks it's a good idea. You don't need me here at the moment, do you?
How long are you gonna be gone?
Not long. A few days.
I'm sitting with Jules on the plane to Kashmir. And I'm so excited because it's the first time I've been outside of Canada. It's almost the first time I've been away from home. And tonight we will be in Kashmir. I don't know why, but ever since I was a little girl, I have wanted to go there. I met a stranger on the bus to Srinagar. I know I should not be thinking about him, but he was so handsome with some special quality that made me just want to watch him. But I don't think he even noticed me. I can't get him out of my mind. I wonder if I will see him again.
But my dear sir, there are 3 double bedrooms, each with flushing toilet. All meals included for rupees 500 only. It's worth at least double.
But why should we pay for 3 bedrooms when we only want 2?
Sir, it's a boat. It has 3 rooms. What can I do?
I don't know what you can do, but we are not paying for a room that we do not want.
Well, may I suggest, sir, that you save your money by sharing with some other tourist people. It's often done. A couple such as this, for example.
Excuse me one moment. Hello, my name is Alain. Gilles Dupont.
Monique Leclerc.
You're French. Oui. Now, are you looking for a houseboat?
We are.
So what do you think? Are you interested?
In what?
In sharing a boat with us?
I guess so.
Good.
Alain is the most charming, fascinating man I have ever met.
Architects from Europe.
He knows so much about Asia, about everything. He speaks so beautifully, he draws us all to him. My feelings are so strong and so strange. I cannot yet describe them.
How long will you be in Srinagar?
3 weeks.
And then?
Oh, we go south, and then back to Canada, back home.
You cannot sleep?
No, I can't.
What's the matter?
May I kiss you?
If you want. What about Jules?
Oh, he's nothing to me, Alain. It's over between us. We are friends, nothing more.
But you still sleep in the same room?
Yes, but we do not... We have not made love for a long time.
But you know, you are the first woman who has ever asked to kiss me. I'm sick of this place. I'm sick of being watched day and night. I can only stay because of your book. Stupid bloody book.
Aren't you forgetting something?
I don't think these chains will stop me, huh? Soon these chains will no longer exist.
How's that?
Because I'm going to escape. But this time, I'm going to escape legally. You think these charges will hold up? Attempted murder. If I want to kill someone, I kill them.
Realize that's the first time you ever admitted that you killed?
Hey, I'm a businessman, not a criminal. If I have killed, it has been purely a matter of business. I've never killed good people. You don't believe me? You doubt my word?
So you can give me proof of what you say you've done. Yeah, I doubt your word.
Proof? Okay. Look on the back. To Jenny, love Henri. Henri was Jenny Hudson's grandfather. Proof. My apartment in Bangkok was a museum for my victims. There was enough proof there to hang 100 men. And you know what happened when the police came to arrest me? I talked my way out of it. Talked my way out of it. Like I will talk my way out of here.
หยุดบอกให้หยุดเร็วๆเข้าอย่าชักช้า
Inspector, what is the meaning of all this?
Come with me.
That's what I'm saying to you. I do what I have to do and I go where I have to go and no one can stop me. I don't have to kill people to control them.
Ne t'inquiète pas, ne dis rien.
Inspector, this is my girlfriend, Monique Clarke.
I asked the question. Is this you?
It's not very clear. No, this is not me.
And you are Alain Gauthier?
No, I'm not Alain. Alain is in Hong Kong. My name is David Alain Gault. My passport is in the briefcase. I am a college professor. I still have a posting in Puerto Rico. But now I deal mainly in gems. There's more money in it. Can we offer you some tea?
No, stay here. Why she has two passports?
No, they're not the same woman. Look, the hair is different. Inspector, Mademoiselle Tamor is a client of mine.
What's her passport doing here?
Oh, she has taken some gems on approval and she has left me a passport as security. This is Monsieur Hakim's passport. He is also a client of mine and has also left this as security. Inspector, it seems you were expecting a big show, huh? Do you mind telling me who it is that has made this complaint against Alain? I know who it is that has made this complaint against Alain. He told me he got into some trouble with some people he sold some diamonds to. They have made this complaint. The gem business is a very dirty business, Inspector. But I'm sure we can clear this matter up in a moment or two. Oh, handcuffs. I use them for security when I'm traveling with the gems.
Open the safe.
The safe has nothing in it and we do not have a key.
This way. What do you have to say about all of these drugs?
Inspector, I know nothing about drugs. You must ask Alain's wife. She's a nurse, works at the American hospital. Petrol. Definitely.
เดี๋ยวคุณไปดูในครัวแล้วคุณไปดูในห้องน้ำนะถ้ามีอะไรก็บอกผมนะอันนี้ก็แล้วก็
I take his passport to check on it.
Certainly, Inspector. Shall I get you the telephone number of the American Embassy?
I can do that myself. Now, I want you, all three of you, to report to crime suppression headquarters at 9 in the morning. Is that clear?
Perfectly clear.
Oh, ยกมาเร็วครับเอาออกมาเร็วเข้า
By 9 the next morning, we were all on a plane to Paris. That's what I'm saying to you. I do what I have to do and I go where I have to go and no one can stop me. I don't have to kill people to control them. Hey, I'm a businessman, not a criminal. If I have killed, it has been purely a matter of business. I've never killed good people. Hey, I'm a businessman, not a criminal. If I have killed, it has been purely a matter of business. I've never killed good people. Look, when we get to Delhi, I won't be able to see you again.
Don't say that, Hélène. I think I'm falling in love with you. Don't you feel anything?
I don't know. I don't know what game you're playing.
I'm not playing any kind of game. What do you mean?
Look, my life is very complicated at the moment. And I don't want you to talk of love. To be frank, I live outside the law.
I don't care. I will do anything. I just want to be with you.
You'd come and live with me in Asia?
Why not?
I swear I don't understand you Western women.
What is there to understand? I want you. And I will go wherever you are to be with you.
What are you saying? Are you saying you will leave your home and come and live in a house with me? Here?
I've waited for him to love me again, like he did in the beginning. But how long ago, how impossible all my happiness seems now. Perhaps it is a sin to love so deeply. I'm nothing to him.
Stephen? Jesus Christ, you scared me. What are you doing here? I'm sorry I've been such a pain in the neck. You were right, I am too emotional. Never met a murderer before. It's the only way I can ever think of him. Guess I didn't handle it too well.
You know what he said to me? He said I never killed good people. I think I almost let him come between us.
So, do you still love me?
Yes, I still love you.
Good.
I just wish this whole thing was all over.
The way to dusty death.
Mr. Whimsit buys a gun.
The wayward wife.
Very sorry to have kept you.
Not at all. We were just admiring your collection of books.
Ah, yes. I collect all the mysteries. It's very helpful for my work. Trying to spot the murderer, you know. Please, So, you two are also writing a book.
Yes, ours is about Charles Sobhraj.
Ah, also a great mystery.
What way?
Motive. Were they just thrill killings? That is the expression, isn't it? Or was there some other purpose behind it all? Perhaps you already have the answer.
I wish we did. He insists that they were all drug couriers, and that he was...
So you have spoken to him?
Yes, quite a bit.
Interesting. Please, go on.
That's it, really. They were all couriers, and he had orders from some triad in Hong Kong to kill them.
The evidence is not conclusive for that. Some were involved with heroin, but some were not.
Which ones can you prove were?
The girl Connie Jo, most definitely. Her friends have confirmed it. But the boyfriend, the Canadian, Carrier, definitely not. He really was just here to climb in the mountains.
Who discovered the bodies?
Some local villagers. First one, then two. I really was not prepared for two. I was particularly horrified, you see, because this was the first time this type of murder had happened in Nepal. The girl and the man I had seen earlier had been stabbed, mutilated, and burnt. The ironic thing is that I had Sobhraj right here in my office, and I had to let him go. It was the biggest regret of my career. After the deaths, a friend of Connie Jo's brought me Connie's notebook. In it was the name and the description of a certain Alan Gauthier, who the two girls had met earlier at his hotel. I traced Gauthier through his rental car firm. Inspector Rath, Royal Nepalese Police. Your names and nationalities, please.
My name is Enriquez Petange. I am Dutch. Please call me Hank.
I see. Passports, please.
I'm a teacher of sociology at the University of Amsterdam. This is my wife, Cocky, and this is my assistant. Perhaps you have been to Holland and you recognize my wife. She's a very famous TV personality.
Do you recognize the woman in this photograph?
No, Inspector. Is she Dutch?
I would like to take a small look in your car, if you please, Mr. Henk.
Certainly, Inspector. Has there been some trouble? Has this girl committed some sort of crime?
Are these your jeans, Mr. Henk?
Oh, no, Inspector. The car is a rental. They must have been here before.
Really? I'm deeply sorry, but I must ask you to remain in Kathmandu until we finish our investigations.
Oh, Inspector, that is impossible. I have to be in Delhi in 2 days, and then I have to get back to Amsterdam.
I'm sorry, but I must ask you to follow me to the police station. Just a formality. Come.
Oh, well, Inspector, perhaps it is fated. I look forward to staying in your country just that little bit longer.
So why did you let him go?
I had not enough evidence to hold him indefinitely. I had to rely on positive identification, which Connie Jo's friend said she could provide. Take your time. But when she saw him here in my office, he just stared straight at her, and she said she couldn't be sure. She was frightened. You see, Sobhraj is such an effective criminal because he doesn't act like one. Here are all the Interpol records. Not just from here. Statements, court transcripts, everything.
The complete global dossier of Charles Sobhraj.
Where did you get all this?
Oh, I've been collecting it. It's one of my little hobbies.
What would it take to get copies of all this?
You may keep it. It's yours.
Inspector, this is wonderful.
It would be more effective in your hands. The judicial system in countries like mine is not always best equipped to deal with a brilliant enigma like Sobhraj. Your book will do a better job, I think.
I must speak to Stephen. Find him and bring him to me.
Bye, Inspector. Thank you.
This will be in good hands.
How long do you stay?
We're leaving for Delhi in the morning.
This trial's ending soon.
Guilty?
He's confident he's going to get away with it.
Oh, nothing would surprise me. And then watch out, huh? Sobhraj has two categories of people. Accomplices and victims. You must be one or the other.
Thanks again.
Did Danielle get my note?
Yes.
Where is his reply? Look, I pay you a lot of money. Do your job. Go find Danielle and tell him to be at court tomorrow. Go!
Murder had happened in the bar. The girl and the man I had seen earlier had been stabbed, mutilated, burnt.
You see, we have a little problem here.
Yeah, Stephen mentioned something to me.
I'm glad he's beginning to understand my point of view.
It's about money.
Oh, it's gone beyond that, Mr. Sherman. Far beyond that.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's now a matter of true cooperation in the spirit of the law, if you see what I mean.
Well, not exactly, no.
I understand Sobhraj has confessed his crimes to Mr. Carey. Is it true?
Well, if he has, that's Stephen's job. That's what he came here to get.
And I also understand that Mr. Carey has tapes of these confessions. Is that also true? So I must ask you for copies of these tapes.
Well, I'm afraid that's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. I have given you unlimited access to my prisoner, and what do I get in return? You people come here to my country.
Mr. Gupta, I'm sorry, but I can't give you those tapes.
But I insist that you do.
Have you spoken to Stephen about this?
He's been away for some days, but I assure you, when he gets back, I will.
Will you do that? And I'd just like to say that apart from the ethics of this thing...
Ethics? You talk about ethics. Does Sobhraj have ethics, I ask you?
With all due respect, Inspector, these murders have occurred in countries outside this one, outside your jurisdiction.
No, no. Sobhraj did murder in India. More than once, I might say. And I am going to prove it. Now do you see why I must have those tapes?
Will the prisoners rise? Clarke, although I accept mitigating circumstances in your case, on the two lesser charges of passport violation and misuse of drugs, I find you guilty as charged. On the third charge of attempted murder, I find you not guilty. I sentence you to 6 months imprisonment in respect of each of the charges, sentences to be served consecutively.
Could have been worse.
Charles Sobhraj, on the two lesser charges, I also find you guilty. In your case, however, I find no mitigating factors. Yours was a nefarious criminal act of your own device, which could easily have cost the lives of innocent young people. The fact that it did not was the purest chance. However, the prosecution has failed to show the intention to kill. And so, I must also find you not guilty on the third charge of attempted murder. I sentence you to 1 year in prison in respect of each of the lesser charges, sentences to be served consecutively.
Well done, brother.
You think you are so clever, but your vanity has betrayed you, as I knew it would. You see, I know all about your talks with your friend, Mr. Carey. I know that you have told the truth at last. I will get my hands on that truth, and I will hang you with it. And that, Charles Sobhraj, is a promise.
Good, you're here.
I don't believe it.
I told you they'd go easy on him.
Look, don't worry about it. When the 2 years are up, they'll let him with another charge.
He won't be here in 2 years.
Look, Bill, what do you say you buy us some lunch, huh?
Can we make that drinks? A couple of things I have to do first. Meet me at the Swiss Hotel at 5, yeah? Steve, keep those tapes in a safe place.
I will.
Charles, good result.
If that's your idea of a joke, Bill, it's not very funny.
Oh, no offense. I just thought, considering the verdict, that...
About this bloody book. I want to cancel the whole thing. It's all off. I no longer give my permission.
Hey, just slow down. You can't just call it off. It's too late. We have a deal.
There is no deal. I'll give you your money back, whatever you want.
It's not as simple as that, Charles. You can't just call it off and give the money back. I've signed a contract with a publisher. They've paid me money. I've paid Stephen some money.
I know. You have paid Stephen a lot of money, and he has betrayed my trust. Chris, she betrayed my trust a long time ago. But they lied to me, Bill. They lied to you. Our contract is null and void.
Sorry, Charles, I can't help you. I can't stop them.
Don't put me in a corner, Bill. Don't force me to do things that we will all regret.
Now, just a minute. What's the real problem here, Charles?
I want the tapes. I said some things. I made up stories. I don't know what I said. You understand?
I'm hearing you, Charles.
Good. So we are agreed.
I'll see what I can do.
No! Not see what you can do. You'll do exactly as I ask. Bring me those tapes.
Sorry I'm late. Been trying to get organised on a plane out of here.
When are you going?
Tomorrow morning, thank God.
Why, had enough?
I certainly have. How much longer do you two need to be here?
We thought we'd leave in a couple of days. I want to see Monique again. Look, she sent me this note today.
Stephen, do you have the tapes with you?
Yeah, why?
I want to take them with me out of the country.
Why? What's the problem?
Gupta. He wants those tapes real bad.
I can handle Gupta.
I know you can. It's just that I don't want to take any chances at the stage, that's all. Will you give them to me?
No, Bill.
We can't do that, Bill.
Stephen, what if you find yourself...
Bill, I've gone over all the what-ifs 1,000 times. Someone else gets their hands on those tapes, there goes our exclusive story.
Exactly. And I think I'm in a better position to hang on to them, that's all.
Why? They're just as likely to search you at the airport as us. We'll take the tapes, Bill. We've got this far. We're not going to blow it now.
Say we get some to eat. You all right?
Oh, I just want to go home.
It won't be long, I promise.
May I join you?
Yeah, sure.
I stopped by a hotel to see you, and then I thought you might be here. So, you'll both be going back to civilization soon, huh?
Yep, as soon as possible.
Ah, food. I am starving. Will you see Charles again?
Yeah, I thought I might say goodbye to him tomorrow.
I wonder, would you give something to Charles for me? It's very hard for me to see him,
Give him what? What is it?
It's vitamins.
Vitamins. I don't feel like giving him vitamins, Key. I feel like giving him a large dose of laxatives.
Why don't you have Daniel give them to him?
I can't find him anywhere. He's not around.
Uday, jaldi. Chalo, chalo, jaldi.
Me, I think.
Give this to Charles, please.
Tukram bhaiya. Pakada साले को.
पीछे हटो, पीछे हटो.
बस पीछे खड़े रहो.
अब ये पीछे हटो मैंने बोला.
Well. Search him. On your feet also, Mr. Kerry.
Why?
This is not the time to ask questions. You do as I tell you.
I want those tapes, Mr. Kerry.
Including the ones of our last conversation, Inspector?
You and Miss Royston have 24 hours to leave India. Your visas are no longer valid. You are coming with us.
You have no right to do this. I came here just to see my brother, and now I'm leaving.
$10,000 here.
Breakout money.
What are we going to do with it?
We could keep it.
We could not. And we're not giving it to Sobhraj either. We'll have to give it to the police.
Right, and end up in jail for conspiracy. Charles isn't going to be very happy when he hears about this.
Don't worry about him. Worry about us.
I am.
Accomplices or victims. Not much of a choice.
Who is it? Who is it? What do you want?
Stephen, I know what happened with Guy and the money, and you must give it back to me. But much more important, you must also give me back the tapes which Bill has promised. Give these things to AJ. Your lives are in danger.
You tell Charles I don't do business in the middle of the night. I'll see him at the jail in the morning.
What did you say?
Where are you going?
I'm going to see Monique. Thought I'd go early. Why don't you pack and we can get out of here?
That's a good idea.
See you at 11.
Be careful.
I will.
Hello? Yeah, Guy, what do you want? Where? All right, but I gotta do something first. Make it at 10.
Chris, thank you for coming.
What's happened?
I wanted to say goodbye. They are sending me home.
Back to Canada? That's wonderful. What about the charges? What about the
Yeah, I know, but God has other plans for me now. It is almost a relief. I realize now that I am only a burden for Charles. You understand me? I feel I am nothing.
It's not true.
Chris, I'm not so innocent. I knew what was going on. We must still pay the price for what we do. And this time has come for me to pay the price. I am not afraid.
I don't understand.
I have cancer, Chris. I have 6 months. It is okay. I am prepared. I have made my peace with God. There will be no more sadness for me here. I can dream he loves me.
Oh, good morning, Stephen. I'm sorry about the money last night.
What the hell do you think you were doing?
But if they'd found it on me, you see, I knew they would never search Chris. Please, don't be angry with me. I meant you no harm, I swear. It's only because I am so frightened.
What did you tell the police?
I told them nothing. They questioned me for 4 hours, but I told them nothing. And then they showed me the murder photographs and many other things. Is it true, Stephen? Do you think he did those killings?
What do you think?
I think my brother Charles has gone over to the devil.
When's he gonna break out of jail, Guy?
I don't know. I don't know. I know only it's not so easy for him now. You have brought the money? Thank you, Stephen. And please, for both your sakes, you must leave Delhi now.
How'd it go with Monique?
We're sending her back to Canada. She's got cancer. She's dying. Did you get rid of the money?
Yeah, gave it back to Guy.
How will he get it to Sobhraj?
He's not gonna give it to him. What the hell are you doing here?
I knew you were leaving, and now I have seen what I wanted never to believe. I had to know the truth, you know? Stephen, where did you get this?
Nepal police, if it's any of your business.
He has confessed to any of these?
No.
Not Aaron Leibowitz?
No, what's your point?
Because I know he killed him.
How do you know that?
Because of this. Leibowitz's passport. Look at the photograph.
Where'd you get this?
I was with Charles in Varanasi when we met this man. Then Charles went off with him for a couple of days. He came back alone. He gave me the man's passport and asked me to look after it for him. This is now one of the passports I have for Charles' escape.
Why did he kill them, Daniel?
The monks tell a story. A scorpion wanted to cross a flooded river, and he asked the frog to carry him on his back. But if I do that, the frog said, you will sting me and I will die. Oh, no, said the scorpion. Why should I do that? So the frog agreed, and halfway across the river, the scorpion stung the frog, and it started to die. And as they were both drowning, you know, the frog, he couldn't understand. But why? You even kill yourself. And the scorpion said, but it is my nature. Now you must get out of Delhi. It is not safe for you here anymore.
Daniel? Take it.
Now you keep it, Stephen.
That could hang Sobhraj.
I know.
Let's get out of here. Wait for us here.
Yes, sir.
Won't be long.
I wish you wouldn't do this.
I want to hear what he has to say for himself.
I'm more worried about what he might do.
What's he gonna do to me in a prison? Be okay.
Come with me, Mr. Carey.
चले चलते हैं फिर
Well?
goodbye.
Good. Just leave my money and the tapes and go.
You can't have them.
You promised to bring them to me?
I never said that. I told AJ I'd see you here this morning. Nothing else. I'm not one of your messengers, Charles.
I trusted you, Stephen. I trusted Guy. He ripped me off, my own brother. He will leave India with my money. Why'd you all lie to me?
I never lied to you.
Bill said he promised he would get the tapes from you and bring them to me.
Never told me that. Besides, why'd you change your mind? I gave you my word I'd never use those tapes against you.
That's good. So if you don't plan to use the tapes against me, give them back.
Need them to write the book.
I no longer agree to the book. I don't want you to write the book. Forget it.
I can't do that, Charles, and I won't.
Who do you think you are, Stephen? What gives you the right to decide about my life?
What gives you the right to think you can murder? Who the hell are you to decide who lives and who dies?
It was a job! I have told you! I was
lies,
supposed to do those
Charles,
cleanings!
all lies! That Hong Kong story's phony from top to bottom. You know, I came here this morning hoping you'd give me some sign, some small sign that you're a human being. But you're incapable of that. The only thing you know is hate. You don't know how to feel sorry for what you've done, let alone stop doing it. You're a psychopath, Charles. I feel sorry for you. And we are gonna write the book.
We, Stephen? We?
Guards, please. Guards. Guards.
मेरा काम समाप्त है मैं जाता हूँ
Come on out. Let me out of here. Open the gates. All right, how much? All right, here. Here. That's all I got. Open the gate. Are you all right?
You got the tape?
I don't have it.
Steven!
You them to her? I don't have the tape.
Show! Hey, leave it. Ajay, leave it. Leave it alone, eh?
Daniel, you stay out of this.
No. Charles has another plan, eh? Ajay, Charles is... Get in the car. Come on. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Come on. Start the car.
Find a hospital.
You must go straight to the airport.
No, we're gonna find you a hospital first. We'll make the airport. How you doing? You all right?
Oh, no.
The
tapes, if you please.
I don't have them.
Search the bags.
You won't find anything. Tapes left the country this morning with Bill Sherman.
In that case, you will remain here as my guest until they are returned.
I gave Bill Sherman instructions to release the tapes of our conversations to every newspaper in Bangkok, if that's the case.
Why do you do this? You know the man is a murderer. Do you want him to go free and kill again?
He never confessed to any of the murders in India. Those tapes are of no concern to you.
And how do you know he murdered in India?
Some of your unsolved murders, Inspector.
Where did you get this?
Can you link Sobhraj to any of those murders?
No.
Aaron Leibowitz. Can you link him?
No.
Recognize the face? Goodbye, Inspector.
Adieu, Mr. Carey. Miss Royston?
What?
That's for not telling me about the tapes.
But I was right, wasn't I?
Yes, I think you're brilliant.